and welcome to St. Lucia Magazine, your weekly roundup of the nation's top stories in education, the economy, infrastructure, agriculture, and more. I am your host, Kishma Serie. In this edition, revenue generation plans for Serenity Park take center stage as the Minister for Housing outlines the next steps in managing one of Castri's premier public spaces. And St. Lucia prepares for Lagos Fashion Week. The Minister for Housing plans to appoint a committee to manage marketing and revenue generation for Serenity Park. Parliamentary Representative for Central Castries and Minister for Housing and Local Government, Honorable Richard Frederick, says a committee will be established to oversee the maintenance and the promotion of the newly reopened Serenity Park. Serenity Park was reopened early September following extensive renovation work that included the addition of an amphitheater with male and female changing rooms.
We have to form a committee for the operation of Serenity Park. It is owned by us, Castries Constituency Council. We will manage, we will oversee. But I do believe that we need to maximize the revenue we can generate from Serenity Park. And we need to give a set of men and women who understand the culture, who understand that kind of environment to manage for us. But of course, give us maximum returns.
Minister Frederick provided a brief history of the park, which was built in 2011.
It was Mr. Tom Chu then. I took him on a tour of the area and I said, Mr. Tom Chu, we want to build a park here for recreation, for weddings, for everything. This gazebo you see there, it has a step that protrudes into the sea. It was designed so that bride and groom can arrive by boat, come into the gazebo, get married right there, and walk onto Serenity Park to have the celebrations. That was what it was designed for.
Taiwan's ambassador to St. Lucia, Her Excellency Nicole Su, thanked the government of St. Lucia for allowing the Republic of China, Taiwan, to assist with the project.
And then in March, I had this opportunity to work with Minister Frederick for the community development project. And then Minister was showing me that, oh, this was the plan. And we have a romantic pavilion over there to have most likely possible wedding photo venue and all the wonderful vision that he shared with me. And I am very happy that in May, the Junior Jazz was held here and was really very much impressed. So I think a lot of vision has become reality, which we'd like to thank you for involving Taiwan and giving us this opportunity to be part of your visionary project.
In addition to the amphitheater, the park also has new concession booths, washrooms, and a smaller water fountain that will allow the park to accommodate larger crowds. A team is being assembled to represent St. Lucia at Lagos Fashion Week in Nigeria. Petula Olabut tells us more.
A delegation from St. Lucia will participate in the upcoming Lagos Fashion Week to be held in October. The Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Industries, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, explained that the initiative stemmed from a mutual understanding undertaken between the two countries.
You would recall we had signed a memorandum of understanding with the Nigerian government when the president visited, and there were a number of areas in which we agreed to collaborate. The first of which is the Lagos Fashion Week. And, St. Lucia will be sending a delegation. So we're hoping we can send a designer, we can send a music producer, we can send somebody from Export St. Lucia who will build the links for the export of our services, and as well as somebody from creative industries from the ministry who can, of course, look at the policy side of it. But we are working intensely to make sure we fulfill that agreement that we signed.
He says the exchange of knowledge stemming from St. Lucia's participation will yield important insights into the development of St. Lucia's own orange economy.
Nigeria now has just done its own concept paper, policy statement, action plan, and they're just launching it now. So it's a chance for our team when they go over there to find out from Nigeria. Now, Nigeria has a huge orange economy. A lot of it informal, but huge. From the Afrobeat music, the fashion, the Lagos Fashion Week is the biggest in Africa and one of the biggest in the world. Of course, we know music in Nigeria, the Afrobeat. We know of art in Nigeria, whatnot. So there's so much that they're doing, and they're trying now to structure it and manage it, in a way. So there's a lot we can learn in terms of what they've done. And we are putting in place the elements for a fully structured orange economy to exist in St. Lucia.
The minister explained that the art of creative expression not only leads to increased employment, but can also boost income flows.
So the orange economy for us is a very powerful, avenue to create more employment, especially among young persons, but also to bring more income into the country, and also to influence the tourism industry, because there's a demand from hotels for high quality entertainment and creative expressions, and we have to be able to satisfy it. So you will see us putting a lot of emphasis on the creative industries.
Lagos Fashion Week will be held from October 29 to November 2nd. From the Government Information Service, I am Petula Oliver.
In more news from the creative industries, the Cultural Development Foundation partners with the Republic of China, Taiwan on a costume-making workshop. Rajvaro Lawrence reports.
The 2025 Spotlight Taiwan project, Mass Making Magic, from vision to costume, recently came to a close. The project was a collaboration between the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, and the Cultural Development Foundation that aimed to improve technical skills and inspire ongoing cultural exchange among creatives. More than 20 participants unveiled imaginative, innovative creations following several weeks of both online and in-person costume making under the expert guidance of Taiwan master artist Senyu Shuang. Their bold concepts were brought to life as stunning pieces of wearable art, incorporating programmable LED lighting, mechanical movement, and interactive materials. The designs fused St. Lucia's rich carnival traditions with modern technology in exciting and unexpected ways. Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire said the costume training workshop will help boost economic activity through the creation of employment within the creative sector.
When you add to the fact that there's been a constant call for more production to take place in St. Lucia, that too much of the carnival costumes come from outside. And if we can revive, the experiences of mass camps, where, in years past, you had so many mass men who had skills and produce a lot of what is used during the carnival season. If we can create a new cohort of mass men, but this time more than just, the costume, but with the added knowledge and skill to put in the LED lighting, which didn't exist then, and some of the pyrotechnics which did not exist then, it would really be a valuable asset to St. Lucia. And also create livelihoods, because, if we have individuals who can almost set up a business doing those, costumes and add-ons to it, it can create, again, new employment opportunities and new economic activity.
Ambassador of Taiwan, Her Excellency Nicole Su, expressed her satisfaction with the outcome of the program.
It is truly amazing to see that you have brought to life the vibrant imagination into beautiful carnival costumes. You not only applied LED lighting and motor skills shared by our facilitator, Ms. Zhuang, but you also filled these creations with the artistry unique to St. Lucia. It was especially inspiring to see the experienced artists, such as Mr. Augier, as Mr. Henry Wynn mentioned, and Mr. Saint-Omer, and others joining the workshop and sharing their experiences and expertise with fellow participants. This is truly the spirit of St. Lucia, I think, creativity and collaboration at its finest.
The skills gained through this project are poised to elevate the artistry of St. Lucia Carnival's iconic King and Queen of the Band's presentations, enhancing stagecraft and thrilling audiences with a new level of creative expression. From the Government Information Service, Rojvaro Lawrence reporting.
And still to come, St. Lucia partners with the International Organization for Migration on Border Security, and the Ministry of Equity honors seniors on International Charity Day. Please stay with us.
St. Lucia, get ready! The popular Forche Dasheen Festival is back! Get ready for the second edition of the festival, which will be held on Saturday, September 27th from 8 a.m. on the Forche Catholic Church grounds. Come, enjoy sumptuous dishes made from Dasheen, including Dasheen Punch, Dasheen Cake, and Dasheen Wine. Marvel at the Dasheen exhibition and witness the biggest Dasheen competition. Come and be entertained by great music and live performances. For more information, email fsjdevcom@gmail.com or call 721-4143. Bring the entire family and enjoy this year's Dasheen Festival. Free shuttle buses will be provided from Soufre Bus Terminal. This event is brought to you by the Forche Development Committee and the Taiwan Technical Mission.
Welcome back. St. Lucia's Counter-Trafficking Task Force builds capacity at a border governance workshop. Rojvaro Lawrence has the story.
St. Lucia, as part of the Caribbean region, faces complex migration dynamics, including irregular migration, human trafficking, and the need for enhanced protection mechanisms for vulnerable migrants. A two-day training workshop for border officials and counter-trafficking task force members was held at the Orchid Garden Conference Room in Union under the theme Strengthening Immigration and Border Governance Capacities in St. Lucia. Participants engaged in meaningful discussions and practical exercises that will not only strengthen their technical capacity, but also lay the foundation for St. Lucia's national migration policy. Vinlis Daly is a consultant with the International Organization for Migration.
Effective border management is essential, not only for ensuring the safety and security of this nation, but also for supporting economic and social development. And for migration and for ensuring that migration is managed in a way that protects the dignity and rights of all people on the move.
Among the key objectives of the training was to strengthen participants' understanding of trafficking in persons and its distinction from migrant smuggling and enhance skill in victim identification, interviewing, and evidence collection. Carl Berry, a superintendent within the Jamaica Police Force who served as trainer at the workshop, beseeched participants to lobby against human trafficking.
A clandestine, heinous, gruesome, and lucrative crime that has no place in our collective experience. A crime that must be spotted, called out, and eradicated. It is called by many names, affectionately human trafficking. We know it as trafficking in human beings. We also know it as slavery, modern day slavery. It's one and the same. It's a blot on humanity, one that we cannot continue to coexist with. And as I've said before, that it's for our generation to fix, not our children.
The two-day workshop was facilitated by the International Organization for Migration in collaboration with the Government of St. Lucia and CARICOM Impacts. From the Government Information Service, Rojvaro Lawrence reporting.
Reported.
Residents of the Trinity Home for the Elderly were treated to acts of service to mark International Charity Day. Chevroy Marius tells us more.
Earlier this month, the Community Services Unit within the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, together with the Ancillary Parents in Action Group, marked International Charity Day with a donation and day of service at the Trinity Home for the Elderly. The initiative brought grooming, games, shared meals, and companionship, uplifting residents with dignity, joy, and inclusion. Speaking on the initiative is Lucia Antoine, Social Transformation Officer for Ancillary and Canries, who emphasized the importance of giving back.
Today we celebrate International Charity Day, and we decided to partner with the Ancillary Parents in Action group and other volunteers from the Ancillary community to come to the Ancillary Elderly Home today to give back, to help the nuns with the older persons who are here. As a social transformation officer for the region, this type of activity aligns perfectly with what we do, because our focus is on community work, community development, taking care of the sick, the vulnerable, the shut-in, the destitute persons of the community.
For the staff of Trinity Home, the experience was profoundly touching. Sister Rosemary, who led the home, reflected on the joy the initiative brought to its residents.
I mean, it was very good. You know, when I saw them, first I was saying, what are they going to do? But when I saw the move they took, go to the women, went to the men, and they bathed the people, they cleaned, they cooked, and then brought the people under the shade there. They made their hair for the women. They make the makeup, and the people are looking happy. And even brought the people outside, they're playing games. I mean, it was very good, and the timing too was very good. I really love that, and the people were happy. Even as I was talking to them there, I said I think they should do it more often. I wish they could do it every month.
The impact was perhaps felt most by the elderly themselves. One resident expressed heartfelt appreciation for the experience.
I'm happy as soon as I go outside, because every day we have to go outside, no visitor, no people to bring out. But today I get, and I'm happy just like above day.
The ministry reaffirms that initiatives like these are not just about symbolic gestures, but about strengthening social cohesion, restoring dignity, and inspiring a culture of compassion across communities. From the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Chevroy Marius.
St. Jude Hospital housekeeping staff received high-level skills training in preparation for the transition into the new facility.
St. Jude Hospital announced the launch of a specialized housekeeping training program designed to ensure a seamless transition and the highest standards of care at its new Auger facility. The program will equip environmental services staff with enhanced skills in hygiene, infection prevention, and teamwork. The training is a core component of the hospital's operational readiness plan. While focused on housekeeping staff, it will include integrated sessions for ward maids and laundry personnel to ensure aligned practices across all cleaning and linen workflows. The facilitator of the program is Dr. Tekla Fitzlewis.
I find the staff basically at St. Jude's are very good employees. They're very resilient. Let's look at the conditions they have been working under for the past 16 years. And I really commend the current government under Honorable Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre to have the vision and the foresight to finally finish the hospital, to ensure that they can move to the Auger site, because some of the conditions that they have worked under at the stadium is not conducive to international standards. And here they are now going to move into a facility with new and up-to-date equipment, and they have to be ready.
Chief Executive Officer of St. Jude Hospital, Lydia Atkins, says environmental services are foundational to patient safety, and this training is central to the commissioning plan.
As we prepare to move to our new facility in Auger, even as we recognize what has brought us here today, it is one that I'm hoping can be built on the resilience that you've shown at the stadium. But as you continue to place focus and emphasis on standards, that the training, which is mandatory for all laundry, housekeeping, and ward maids, is one that will give you an arsenal, a toolkit that would allow for St. Jude Hospital to continue to put safety, patient safety first.
The program was delivered in 2 cohorts. Cohort 1, September 9th to 10th, 2025, and Cohort 2, September 11th to 12th, 2025. One participant expressed her views on the training and what it would mean for those who are transitioning to the new OG site.
The training was good, especially as we're about to move to our new location, our transition to the new St. John's Hospital. Information received today, it's always good to practice whatever you've been taught, practice it regular, and share it with others, teach it to others, other workers, and whoever needs the information.
Key training objectives included implementing advanced cleaning protocols and infection prevention measures across all hospital zones, managing waste streams including sharps and pharmaceutical waste with strict segregation and disposable guidelines, enhancing professional conduct, communication, and customer service skills, utilizing quality assurance tools and self-audits for continuous improvement. St. Jude Hospital has partnered with Lewis Management Consultancy Services, LMCS, a registered corporate training provider with over 40 years of combined expertise in cleaning operations, infection control, and quality systems for the healthcare sector. Jade Brown, St. Jude Hospital.
And coming up next, a closer look at how students and citizens are moving for better health.
The Ministry of Agriculture presents World Food Day under the distinguished patronage of the Honorable Alfred Prosper. Figlasse Sanutut Sonutut Saut, Lakai IRDC grounds, Denry, on the 12th of October from 11 a.m. onwards, the Banana and Plantain Festival. Sa Pakai Normal. Eat what you grow up is food in Port Bill Nutoho. Everything produced from bananas and plantain by agro-processors and students. Sit, Lissy, that's the way to go. Lots of booths with delicious dishes. Lisha Duet, Parmache Saladi Entertainment Gala, Impulse Man, Umpa, Servants, Ezra, Invader, Mofire, Wuletete, and lots more. Like I sit near Kids Zone. So children, you're not on your own. Eat fresh, St. Lucia's best.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health is taking the fight against chronic illness straight to the classroom. On Caribbean Wellness Day, students of the Viewfort Comprehensive Secondary School swapped textbooks for health checks under the St. Lucia Moves campaign. Onika McCoy has the details.
The fight against chronic illnesses is starting at the school level as the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs continues to bring the message of healthy living to St. Lucia's youth. On Friday, September 12, students of the Viewfort Comprehensive Secondary School traded their books for a full day of health and wellness activities, joining the rest of the region in celebrating Caribbean Wellness Day 2025. The initiative, held under the banner of the St. Lucia Moves campaign, combined education with fun to inspire students to take charge of their health. From a Caribbean Wellness Day themed assembly to a health expo and outdoor sporting challenges, the day placed the spotlight on physical activity, nutrition, mental well-being, and substance use prevention. Dr. Shanna Sear-Filbert, the Senior Medical Officer with responsibility for non-communicable diseases and mental health in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, emphasized that young people are the cornerstone of the ministry's efforts in tackling non-communicable diseases.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to use two very relevant days and initiatives to actually tie in what we want to achieve. So we're trying to get our youth, our future, to embrace healthy lifestyle choices, physical activity, healthy diets, substance non-use. And so we've been having fun here. The students were very engaged, and they actually were the ones who did the assembly to commemorate the day. So they were the ones giving the information to their peers, which was lovely. And we so far with the St. Lucia Moves initiative, we've been trying to reach out to the schools because we know that that's where everything starts.
Colin Elliott, a family life educator from the Health Education and Communications Unit, who was part of the Health Expo, welcomed the initiative, emphasizing that it provides a timely reminder about the importance of adopting healthy lifestyle practices, especially in a generation increasingly at risk of chronic illnesses.
We have a booth with lots of brochures with information about diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, breast cancer as well. We've also set up a spin the wheel activity to engage the students and have them just challenge them physically. I believe the activity is important for the students because we are seeing such a spike in diabetes and hypertension in the youth. So it is important to tap into their potential from young and get them engaged and more hyped up about physical education.
With education, engagement, and empowerment at the heart of this year's celebration of Caribbean Wellness Day, the Ministry of Health is sowing the seeds of a healthier generation, one student, one school, and one community at a time. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, I am Unika McCoy reporting.
Dozens of St. Lucian laced up their sneakers for the 3rd annual Caribbean Wellness Day walk, as the Ministry of Health put the spotlight on physical activity in the fight against non-communicable diseases. Fernell Neptune has the details.
As part of a series of activities in observance of Caribbean Wellness Day and a call for action to confront non-communicable diseases, NCDs, and their risk factors, the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs recently held its 3rd annual Caribbean Wellness Day walk. The walk was organized with the aim of setting the tone for the use of physical activity as a step towards a healthier lifestyle. The walk got underway at the George Odlum Stadium, with participants walking through the community of Larissus and the town of Vieux-Fort and ending at Sandy Beach. Senior Medical Officer for Non-Communicable Diseases, NCDs, and Mental Health, Dr. Shanna Sarah Filbert, highlighted the need to address the preventable risk factors associated with the issue of NCDs in the country.
And we're hoping that this annual walk continues to raise awareness of the importance of simple things like just physical activity and especially walking. It is just a first step in many other things in making those healthy lifestyle choices. And of course, Caribbean Wellness Day is that point in time where we remind persons of the importance of making those healthy lifestyle choices for better health. And so we're hoping that this walk is just the beginning and persons throughout the year until next September continue to engage in physical activity, healthy eating, stress management, drinking water, all those good things that help us control and prevent non-communicable diseases.
Given the need to enhance collaboration for NCD prevention and control in St. Lucia, the ministry partnered with St. Lucia Wake Up and Run to ensure increased participation of individuals in physical activity. Founder of St. Lucia Wake Up and Run, Rani Harris, commended the initiative and spoke on the need to promote regular physical activity as a foundation for good health.
I want to encourage people to keep on moving, do things to actually keep you healthy. Example, you walk, you run, you play football, get involved in some sporting activity, you do the gym, swimming, anything to keep you moving, keep your blood flow on a level, then, I encourage you to do that. Because it is very important. If you're not healthy, you can't work. If you have to work to make money, then you need to be healthy. So that is why we always say health is wealth. Without health, then you can accumulate wealth. So we use that line a lot, health is wealth. And I always tell people, don't wait when it's too late, the time is now.
The Ministry of Health is committed to creating an environment that fosters regular physical activity with the aim of curbing non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, I am Fernell Neptune.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of St. Lucia Magazine. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who contributed to this production: the National Television Network, the GIS team, and the communication officers across various government ministries. Thank you for watching on NTN Channel 122 and for following on the official social media platforms of the Government of St. Lucia. I am Kishma Serie. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged as we continue tracking St. Lucia's progress.